and he is gaining ground rapidly on Cody Rhodes. I don't know if he'd ever be able to catch him, but he's certainly going to make it close the way that he's going right now. He is bringing that Intercontinental title back into the spotlight and restoring it to what it was when Gunther held it for all that time. Because once Gunther dropped it, yeah, Sammy's title reign was fine. And then it was bounced back and forth between Braun and Braun, then Jay, then Braun again. And then Bron Breakker wasn't featured on PLEs. He wasn't featured on Monday Night Raw a lot. He wasn't wrestling a lot. He wasn't defending the title. And you said, oh no, the Intercontinental title is just, it's done. It's gone. Well, once again, it feels main event worthy. And why is that? Why does it feel main event worthy? Well, for one, because it actually has people gunning for the title. Right? The main event scene right now, yeah, everybody wanted it in the Royal Rumble. Everybody always wants it in the Royal Rumble. But it doesn't feel like anybody, at least champion-wise, has as many challengers lining up to take what they have, like Bron Breakker and his Intercontinental title. AJ Styles, at one point in this WrestleMania build, faced off, and they teased that matchup. Finn Balor, last week on the main event. Penta, this week in the main event. Sheamus, whenever he reemerges, what title is he going to go after? The Intercontinental Championship, because it's the only one he's never won. Ludwig Kaiser wants to get in on the Intercontinental Championship. Dom Mysterio is going to throw his hat in the ring for the Intercontinental Championship. There is so many people that are gunning for this title that it makes it feel important. That is something that WWE needs to hit Command C and then Command V on and make sure that they start doing it for some of these other championships. You've seen it a little bit with the Women's Intercontinental Championship now that we've gotten a couple of different people, whether it be Ivy Nile, whether it be Dakota Kai, whether it be Raquel Rodriguez. They're starting to get people to line up for that, and there's a lot of people lined up for this one. That's reason number one, is that there's a lot of people that want it. Reason number two is Bron Breakker is just that damn good. He is a great champion. He's been cutting great promos. He's been having great matches. And it doesn't feel like he's unbeatable, right? Because if he was unbeatable, that's one thing. But it feels like, yeah, there's a chance he beat Bron Breakker, but you have to be on your game. It can end at any moment, but at the same time, you trust that Bron Breakker, if there's a slip up in the least, he's going to be the one to take advantage. So while he doesn't feel like he is an unbeatable, unstoppable forces champion, he still feels dominant. It's a weird situation. It's a weird dichotomy, but it's one that I've thoroughly enjoyed, right? Because going into that match, yeah, you probably thought on Monday, something's going to happen. Judgment Day is going to get involved. But if they would have went straight up and had Penta win, would it have been the biggest surprise in the world? No, because Penta and Braun feel like they're on the same level. Finn Balor and Braun feel like they're on the same level. If they would have went AJ Styles versus Braun, which I called a dream match and I still think it is, they feel like they're on the same level. Sheamus, whenever he went up against Bron Breakker, it felt like they were on the same level. There's not an overpowered champion. There is a very good champion that you have to be on your P's and Q's. Otherwise, you're going to get blown out of the building. But it doesn't feel like he's unbeatable. And I think that is a huge part in all of this. Make it feel like there's a little bit of drama with his title defenses. And that's what we felt in the main event, no less, of the last two Monday Night Raws in a big spot, because it's not just random Monday Night Raws. It's two straight Monday Night Raws on the road to WrestleMania in front of European audiences. That's a huge, huge vote of confidence in Bron Breakker and everything since that triple threat match. Breakker versus Ludwig versus Sheamus. And I believe that was at Survivor Series or War Games or whatever it is. Survivor Series War Games. Since then, this title reign has gone from stagnant to light speed, and I've enjoyed every single moment of it. We're going to get a great matchup at WrestleMania, whether that's the Fatal 4-Way with Penta, Balor, and Mysterio, or maybe, just maybe, they come around to putting Styles and Paul into that matchup instead of having it a one-on-one. But again, that's just Dream Street. I know it's going to be Styles versus Paul at WrestleMania in a I guess, I've been here all along, working my ass off to get here, and you just showed up feud. Sure, it works. I don't know how many times you can do that same feud with Logan Paul before it gets stale, but hey, anything AJ Styles does, I'm tuned in for. But I'm definitely going to be tuned in for everything that Bron Breakker in the Intercontinental Championship has in store for the next couple of weeks leading into WrestleMania.